Okay, good evening. How are you? It's Bathrobe Moments After Dark. I started to take the shirt on so y'all think I was naked underneath here, but couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Anyway, we're here. It's Bathrobe Moments After Dark, y'all. Now, you know what happens, right? Lucy the mug, Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo from the morning show is not here. She in the dishwasher. That fuzzy robe that I get every Christmas, a new one for Bathrobe Moments, the day show, is in the closet. And I done pulled out my silky silk. This is from the Berry White collection. Got my little brim on. And, we trade in coffee for grown folks drinks tonight. I'm going to have some of this. Now, if I'm not on the show tomorrow morning with Faith Suggs, this is why. I'm just telling you. But I'm gonna take it light. I'm gonna take it light. A little ice on the rocks there for you. Ring the bell of purpose. It's with us here. It's here, always here. Tonight's gonna be good. We're gonna talk about a lot tonight. We're gonna talk about cheating. Why people do it. Why do men do it, dirty dogs? Why women do it, you alley cat? Why do we do it? And you know what? What I've been finding out. Because I got this thing, believe it or not, where I can get people to tell me just about anything. I learned it from my husband because he's a therapist. So, he said, well, how does that make you feel? After I told on myself about 300 times, I learned how to do it. That's the only way to balance it, right? So anyway, I have heard there, somebody argued me down a couple weeks ago when I posted something on my page that someone had told me that even during lockdown, they were still hooking up with people on Tinder. 3 ways even. I mean, balls to the walls. Let's get it in. And I'm like, y'all ain't scared? Nope, not at all. No, they weren't. So people are doing it. And it's easier for people to cheat now because mama quarantining somewhere, I'm over here, or vice versa. So we're going to try to find out what's going on. Why do people do it? Has it ever happened to you? Or have you done it? I know this much from when I see that People magazine back there. That's when I was the apology king. Seriously, in the 80s, I did over 10,000 apologies before it was all said and done. And every time I got called to somebody's wherever, workplace, house, wherever, stars, regular people, because I was in Hollywood. So a lot of celebrities used my services. I went and said, did the apology for people who didn't have the guts or whatever it was. They couldn't find it within themselves to do it. So they called me and I went and delivered the apology. 9 out of 10 times when someone was apologizing because they were worried about the person cheating on them, do you know that when they met that person, they were cheating with them? So a good tune, a good title for a country song is this: if they'll do it with you, they'll do it to you. So tonight we're going to talk about that cheating. Why do we do it? Like I said, again, dirty dogs, the men, and alley cats, you women. There it is. Darling, come on in.
How you doing, my man?
Good.
How are you doing?
How's that for a good setup?
Ooh, I like it.
I know.
I like it.
I hope I don't get nobody beat or beat down, beat up. None of that. But it's the truth.
You and me both.
We're going to talk about it tonight.
Yes,
that's why
yes.
I told everybody it's getting hot up in here. I ain't saying take off your clothes, but you can if you want to. But really, get people on the line. Let's talk about this. What else you got to do? So how are you, Dylan Ali? How are things in Milwaukee?
Things in Milwaukee are just amazing, my friend. It's a beautiful day. And I'm just enjoying this time with the family. I'm enjoying this time to reset and just taking advantage of this whole COVID-19 experience. And much like you, I've traded in my coffee mug for an adult beverage. So I'm excited to start the conversation with you tonight, my man.
Now you're married.
I am.
I'm married, committed relationships, monogamous relationships. And but you weren't always married.
Correct.
How long you been married?
So it's funny because we always say 9 months. It's our going joke, but it's 10 years.
10 years. So 10 years ago, you were how old when you were single?
I was 36 years old.
Okay, let's go back 10 years before that, 26.
So 26, I was in my first marriage. So my first marriage, I dropped the bomb on you. Whoa, here we go. Let's just pour that drink right now.
I'm pouring mine. I take the cork out.
Let's just pour that drink
so you done been down the yellow brick road a couple times.
Oh, it was a yellow brick. It was a brown brick. It was a red brick. It was all kinds of bricks.
So were you did you cheat? Have you ever cheated?
I have cheated. Yes. I have cheated before.
You did?
Absolutely. I was a dirty dog myself. I could not be committed to one woman. Could not be committed to one. I was hurt. Hurt people hurt. I didn't have the relationship with myself that led me to a place of unconditional love.
Did I pour too much?
No, because this is going to get good. So
they look almost the same color.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
yes, they do.
Okay, we'll see who fall off their chair first. Okay, so you did cheat. Did you ever come clean, or did you just keep the lie going?
I've done both. I've cheated in relationships and kept a lie going, and they never knew the lie. I've cheated in relationships and I've come clean, and it led me to a place where, I needed to do a little soul searching.
Okay, I'm gonna just get this off on the table immediately, because out in Phoenix, when I lived in Phoenix, the Native American friends that I had, their elders said, "Ooh, we love you gay people because you're twin spirited. You have both." So I'm just gonna use my twin spirit spidey sense right now and tell you this much: those women that got cheated on by you were damn fools, because I can tell by the timbre of your voice that you was a dirty cheating dog. I can just tell. Man. You too smooth. You're like those commercials back in the day. Billy D for what was it, Coke 45 or whatever he was doing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just gonna stand there and let my hand fall off. That's what he said in Lady Sings the Blues. Right. So you were already one of them slick, smooth operators.
I was a very slick, smooth operator, Lauren, but it was all based in fear and insecurities because I just didn't feel loved. Absolutely.
And people would have never believed that. The women didn't believe that. Did you try to use that? Did you run that game on them when you said, "Look, baby, the reason I cheated was because I'm insecure"?
Oh, no, it was the other way. My mask was much bigger than that, much tougher than that, more masculine than that. My mask was really, really heavy because I often say that we're all scared of the monsters under the bed, but what we learn to realize is that the monsters are they're there to protect us. And so for me, my monster under the bed is I didn't feel loved, right? And so I'll go back
loved or didn't know what it felt like, because you might have been. So so that doesn't mean you weren't actually being loved unconditionally.
Absolutely.
You just didn't know how to process it.
It was love with conditions, right? And so I'll paint a picture. So at 8 years old, my family moved to the U.S. right? From Trinidad, Trinidad to the U.S. back in '81, And
now hold on. Is that one
Yes,
of them
sir.
islands where people you grew up like run around half naked? 'Cause
Yes,
that could
sir.
have something to do with it too.
Yes, sir. That definitely is.
Oh,
We run around half naked. I still do it today. You know, my neighbors are always peeking out the window and go, "There he goes again.
are you
Gotta go
serious?
put a shirt on." Oh, I don't wear a shirt at all.
You
Hardly
know,
ever.
my husband just got home, so I can't really. I don't know if I should even say this. You know, I never run around outside naked, but when I'm doing yard work and stuff and I'm busy, I can't believe I'm about to,
Oh, how many drinks you had?
I like peeing outside. I'm
You're
just
gonna
saying.
laugh.
I'm
You're
just
gonna
saying
laugh.
that's not like running around naked. But if there's bushes and woods and stuff, why come all the way inside? I've been like that since a little kid. So I'm just
That's what
saying
I
there's a
say.
little of that voyeur stuff in or whatever it's called in all of
Oh,
it.
it's there. So
The street.
our property backs up to 1,000-acre state park, and we're up on a hill. So the first floor of our home sees the roof line of the neighbors. And I think you and I talked about this before, but every morning I go do a cold plunge in a tub outside.
Yes.
And I'm naked because there's no one around there to see me. So why get my clothes wet? That's what I say.
But all they have to do is peek and look up.
Man, if they're having their coffee in the morning and they go like this and they look up, they're going to get a little bit of eyeful.
Okay, so let me ask you something here.
Yes.
First of all, hi everybody. Oh, people are. I don't need to do it on here. I can go on here and do it. People are talking about what they're drinking tonight.
Oh yeah, let's see what folks are drinking.
Red wine.
Oh yeah.
By the fire, Zachary. Nice. That's red wine. I'm already gay. Well, you know what I mean. I know y'all are expecting a drink with an umbrella. No. So, and here's somebody saying, "I'm Shelly Dale, making myself a chilled vodka martini as we speak."
Oh man, where are my Jameson drinkers? Where are my Irish fans?
Oh my God,
are they coming?
Man. So Wendy Dale, hi everybody. Oh, thank you, Shelly. Yay, finally caught a night show. Well, get ready, buckle your seatbelt. We're talking tonight. I'm here with Dylan Ali, who is Dylan. Why do I keep doing that dialogue? I haven't said it then. Well, senior moments happen all during the day, not just on the morning show, y'all. Now you know. Dylan, and I have a nephew with that name.
Yes, you do.
La 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 la. If I could speak in tongues, I'd say
doing it now.
But thank you. But Dylan, you are a speaker. You're a coach, a corporate coach, and doing all kinds of great things. I was like mesmerized when I first heard you. And so I let you choose our topic tonight. So why did you reach into the hopper of all the possibilities in the universe and pull out why we cheat?
Because it's real, man. It's absolutely real. So A, like I said, I've been there, done that, right? B, as I've gone on my own journey of self-discovery and I've attained a level of awareness, I've not only become the observer of myself, but the observer of others. And so, you know, we see in others what we know within ourselves. And I know the dirty dog that I was, so I see it. And, you know, I'll share with you, there was an instant not too long ago when the last 24 months, we'll call it, to keep the innocent saved, right? To keep the innocent protected, if you will.
Right.
And just like, you know, typical corporate dinner, man, you know, 6, 7 guys sitting around the table. Oh, yeah. You know, we're all having a great dinner, great steakhouse downtown. And everyone's having their $30, $40 glasses of scotches. And we're all having a blast. And, you know, one of the guys pulls out his phone and he goes, "Hey, check this out." Now, the gentleman I was with, you know, mid-30s, married, couple of kids at home. You know, on the outside looks great, right? Got the wife, the trophy wife, white picket fence, and 2.5 kids. But here he is, 30-something-year-old man, and you know he's FaceTiming with the hot little 25-year-old blonde that's on the inside that supports him back down in Texas.
How old is he?
34, 35.
Okay, and she's
10 years his junior, right? And so
now that's a low down dirty dog.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. So not only is he proud of it, but he's showing it to all the guys at the table. And they're like, "Hey, say hi to so-and-so, say hi to so-and-so." And he's feeling like he's the man, right? Then he leaves and he goes home and he has to go put that away. And now he has to go home and be with wifey and kiddos. Now, fast forward to where we are today, they're locked in 24/7. Now, how do you go sneak off to the bathroom and go have that little FaceTime. Oh, babe, I got to go to the store. Well, baby, don't forget your mask. I won't. I'm going to bring my phone with me too. Right. And I've seen that so many times in the corporate space. You know, you've got the executive that has, you know, the $400,000 or $500,000, you know, on target earnings package. Everyone loves them in the office. All the guys want to be them. All the girls want to be with them. They have the picture perfect wife and life at home. But then we go off the sales kickoff, and you see them on the middle of the dance floor with the shirt off with a couple. And I said this before to you, and you're gonna call me on it. But they're on the dance floor with a couple of ladies of the night. I went there. I went with the ladies of the night.
Now I know DJ's watching, so he can, and anybody else, and any of you women that have gay guys as friends, or maybe some of you straight guys that are metrosexual have gay guys as friends. I'm about to put it out there. When you said that, girl. That's all I can say. That's all I can say, girl. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just, you know, that's just. Okay. So who knew?
So exactly. And so, you know, as I think through my own stuff that I'm putting out into the universe right now, the value that I'm trying to bring to my audience and to the public and to the world, you know, I like to keep it real. I like to speak my truth faster. And I've actually gone through work with my own coach to allow me to be in that position where I speak my truth faster. And it's simply this: I would much rather be honest and kind than nice. And the reality is this nice has gotten us in this predicament that most of us in. So it's time to be honest and it's time to be kind. And the honest truth is that there's a lot of that stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff that happens on the DL. And as a successful man, I can tell you where that comes from. It comes from those insecurities, right? So I'll go back, and my infidelity in the past, in past relationships, has stemmed from me not feeling loved. So I go back to the story.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I go back to the story of 8-year-old Dylan coming over to the U.S. 3 years later, my parents adopt my 4 cousins from Trinidad, and they all come to live with us. So now I go from the oldest of 3. And if you load that pecking order of firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, right? There's a psychology there. And now all of a sudden I go from the oldest to the middle. And now all of a sudden my mom has to spread her love from not only 3 kids, and I get my birthright as the eldest son. Now it's to 7, and I get lost in the middle, right? And so now think about this: from 0 to 7, our subconscious is being developed. So now all the rules that I knew about family and love and attention and all that great stuff just gets ripped out from under me. And I get into those teenage years where subconsciously now we are starting to compare our rules and beliefs to the others around us. Yeah. Now my rules and my beliefs have completely changed. And so now in my little mind, I'm thinking, man, mom doesn't love me because she doesn't give me the attention that she did yesterday.
Here it is. Looking for my church fan.
Oh, you're good.
Because I already know. I wasn't playing when I said it's going to get hot in here. So, okay, because I already know what's happening out there in TV land. I know what's happening. There are women, they sitting around right now. And like, what's the name with her Martita going like that? And somebody just said, I heard a black woman say, nigga, please. Because here's what they're thinking. Yeah, that sounds all well and good now. But when you was running out there, couldn't get out your drawers fast enough, you wasn't thinking about where you fell in the pecking order. You was like, yeah, girl.
Well, yes.
Bring it over to Big Daddy. Yeah,
absolutely,
whatever going on. So, I mean, it's nice for us to figure it all out after we find happiness and this, that, and the other, because I did a little cheating too back in the day. Because you know why it was for me? Because I didn't know what I wanted. And I didn't feel worthy of whatever I had.
That's it right there. That's it. That's the end of the story. I didn't feel worthy. And for me, because I had to share that love with the other kids, and I took away from it that I wasn't important, I wasn't enough, I wasn't worthy. But now,
let's see what they're saying. Yep. Oh, go ahead. I'm looking at what they're saying. Darren said, girl. Okay.
Right. So now you fast forward and you know, I do the thing, right? I create my trouble, but then I also recognize where it comes from, because at the end of the day, all I really wanted was that physical attention.
Right.
Oh, DJ's got the whiskey and Coke going.
Whiskey
I
and
like
Coke. Lock the door and put a couch up against it.
Oh, yes.
You
Because
know,
we know DJ.
He'll be missing in action.
Oh, yes.
So let me ask you this: how much of this do you feel is connect for all of us, not just from your personal standpoint, but in general? There isn't a big chunk of cheating that has to do with self-sabotage.
Absolutely.
Destroying anything good. People that greener on the other side mentality, this, that, and the other. And what we're doing, everybody, in case you just joined in, is we're talking about why people cheat. Because believe it or not, we're quarantined, but some people are out there using this. Ooh, they can't even come out and catch me because they're sheltering in place.
Absolutely.
I'm out here. I'm getting it in. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Till the asses fall out 14 days from now.
It's Sun Tzu. It's Sun Tzu, Art of War for cheating. Know thy enemy. You know where all the enemies are. You know where the traps are. You know where the eyes are. They're all locked up in their home, so you're free to roam.
Yeah, but what they don't realize, it's not just men who cheat. So if you're a guy, you're out there cheating, you think your girl ain't going to find out until you drive past her, or you at a stoplight, and she cheating with somebody, you cheating with somebody. Now you wonder who going to tell first. Let me get back and tell first because they'll believe me, and then they'll say she's just saying that because she's trying to get back at me. All kind of scenarios. Let's put it this way. Whatever you do, if you planning everything around a lie, it ain't never going to work.
Man, it's going to hurt.
It's not going to ever work. Now, the reason we've been throwing out these different ideas of why we think people do it is because we have, a couple minutes each. You want to hear the women first or the men first? Why Business Journal did this, I believe it was, a 2.5 minute thing about why they're right out, why women cheat and why men cheat. And we're going to look at them both. Darling, which one should we watch first, the men or the women?
You know what? I've been throwing the guys under the rug all this time for the last 23 minutes. Let's start with the women.
Let's start with the women. Yes. Okay.
Let's give the guys a breather right now.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, let's see what the alley cat's up to.
Yes,
that's what I want to see. Okay, so here we go. Why women cheat? Okay, get ready. This ain't gonna be pretty. It might. I don't know. Look.
We've all heard the stereotype that men are hardwired for sex and are more likely to stray from their partner, but that for women, sex isn't that important, that women want nothing more than commitment and emotional stability. But that stereotype isn't true. Women also cheat on their partners. But why?
Why?
I talked to psychotherapist and author M. Gary Newman, and he said that one of the main reasons that women cheat is sexual infrequency. Newman surveyed 500 admitted cheaters and non-cheaters.
You ring the bell again on that one.
They had sex with their partner an average of 10 times per month, while the cheaters said that they had sex with their partners only 5 times a month. Newman also cites communication, or specifically a lack thereof, as another reason that women cheat. According to Newman, non-cheaters said that they spend an average of 30 to 60 minutes a day talking with their partner. And the cheaters said that they spent less than 5 minutes talking with their partner every day. And here's a really interesting statistic from Dr. Helen Fisher, an anthropologist at Rutgers. Fisher cites a study where 34% of the cheating women surveyed said that they were happy in the relationship. So the less happy the woman, the more likely she is to cheat. That makes sense, right? But this doesn't necessarily apply to men. Fisher said that 56% of the cheating men said that they were happy in their relationship. So based on those numbers, it seems like men will cheat no matter how happy they are with their current partner. Meanwhile,
we're going to talk about that one. Ring the bell.
Yeah.
According to a survey by the National Opinion Research Center, women are 40% more likely to cheat than they were 20 years ago. Scientists partially attribute this to the increased presence of women in the workforce. And the more successful the woman, the more likely she is to cheat. A University of Washington study found that women who earn $75,000 a year are 1.5 times more likely to cheat.
They don't need him.
Those who earn less than $30,000 a year.
She's got the power now.
To the left, to the left.
That these factors are the keys to why women cheat. Sexual infrequency, lack of communication, unhappiness in the relationship, and a high level of success at work.
Girl. So there it is. Why women cheat. Wow, that money part, I can see that. They're like,
I don't need you.
I got my own coins, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right?
Yes.
So, but that infrequency thing, y'all better think twice for you. Like, wait a minute, that's what I'm always getting accused of.
Now, are you?
But ooh.
Now let me ask
you know
you
what? That makes sense though. But see, here's what I always say, because you know, even in gay relationships, we all have our roles we play. So it's like this: the women. I was like, you know what guys are thinking? Yeah, it's easy for her to say she ain't got to do nothing but lay there. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. She ain't got to have all that energy. You know,
that's why she's cheating on you, bro.
Because she found a sport coat who has all that energy. So you better either get yourself some supplements, some ginger, something.
Oh my goodness!
Wow! Yeah. Don't you? Hey, look, they ain't laid a comment out there at all. What do you guys have to say about that? Why y'all get so quiet? Maybe we need to see why men cheat so we can balance this out. Let's do that. Okay, let's take a look at what that's all about. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Okay, why men cheat. Here we go. This ought to be good. Holding on to my drink. Oh, look at him macking. Hey, girl.
Monogamy. It's been around since the days of ancient Mesopotamia. And for as long as monogamy has existed, so is adultery and cheating. Society has always frowned on it. From the 10 Commandments to the modern day legal system, where adultery is still considered a felony in 5 states.
Oh, man.
Still occurs. What makes people cheat? We'll start with men. I talked to M. Gary Newman. He's a psychotherapist and author who conducted a survey of men who admitted they'd been unfaithful. 48% said that the main reason they cheated was because of emotional dissatisfaction. Newman says that men are much more sensitive than many people might think. If they don't think they're getting enough praise or admiration from their current partner, they'll seek it out from someone new. It turns out that men find a lot of this praise and admiration in the workplace. Newman said that 40% of the men he surveyed met the other woman at work, where female colleagues are more likely to look up to them and compliment them on their accomplishments.
Glad I work from home.
Of course, physical attraction plays a role when men stray, but it's not as big as you might think. Newman said that 88% of the cheating men said that the woman they cheated with was less physically attractive than their current partner. Another contributing factor for men who cheat, enablers. 77% of the men who cheated said they also had a close friend who had been unfaithful. Newman says that when men see someone else doing it,
better call Tyrone.
Even if they know it, and most of them do indeed know it's wrong. According to Newman, 68% of cheating men said they felt guilty about it. So it's not all about sex after all. It's about feelings. Men are sensitive and need to feel like they're wanted. I know. Pretty sad, right?
Wow. Now, that surprised me.
Oh, no. Let me break it down for you a little bit.
Break it down.
We have this little thing called ego, the sense of yes. The Jameson's about to start talking. You ready? We got this little thing called ego that's in the driver's seat. And the ego says me, I, my car, my home, my house. I am this, I am that. And the mind, our minds, we want more. It's insatiable. I eat good food. I want more good food. I eat good ice cream. I want better ice cream. You ready for this? I get sex. I want more sex. I get better sex. I want better
different
sex.
or different.
Yes, or different or better. Like this mind of ours, this ego mind of us always wants more and more and more. And so it's that insatiable appetite for more. And now you talk about that avatar that he talked about was the one that I talked about, the corporate guy.
Right.
Because guess what? Now I'm not willing to put in the work at home. So my wife and I are disconnected, or my husband and I are disconnected. My kids and I are disconnected. I go to the office, man, I close the big deals. I get the big accounts. I do this, I do that. I get all the praise. Now because of that praise, I continue to work more. And now everyone else is clocking out at 5. I'm staying till 7. So now I'm doing even more and I'm getting more success. And now the ego is getting fed because all the guys want to be me. All the girls want to be with me. And that's when I'm getting fed, because now I'm getting that masculine ego fed.
Time out. Just to keep it real. It ain't just all the girls.
Yes. Amen. You're right.
I'm just saying.
Hey, listen. Love is love, my man. I don't care what flavor you are. And I am not.
I'm just saying, you know, they ain't just because you on a diet don't mean they ain't gonna read the menu.
Hey, listen. Here's the thing that I know. Back now, that is a great piece, because back then when when ego was in control, you know what? I was like, man, why is that guy looking at me like that? I like girls. But now that I've learned to become one with the ego, and I'm not trying to kill the ego because I need the ego, guess what? Island's like a celebrity magazine. I'll take any press.
Okay.
And who am I? Who am I to say you shouldn't find me attractive because you're not my flavor?
Right. Now, what about this? What about this one? Because I don't know if you know this, but you know, everybody knows that my husband's a therapist, Brian. But what they don't know, a lot of them, is that his PhD is actually in human sexuality. So he's like the male Dr. Ruth. So I'm gonna say this. You know, we've been married almost 3 years, but we've been together like 5 or 6. And so I don't remember the exact number. So, you know, it's like things that I thought at the beginning was like, oh my God, oh no, not me. Oh, I can't even, quit talking like that. This sort of thing, the communication, because you know, when they go to that sex school to get your doctorate in it, trust me,
you learn all kinds of stuff.
Huh? He told me that they put them in a room that at one point, and all like a kaleidoscope of nothing but erotic stuff. Everything you could think of, people with animals, people with everything, was just floating all around, just everywhere you look. And I was like, ew, why would they do that? He goes, because you have to be able to disassociate yourself from anything anybody may tell you they're into. And trust me, over the years now, he's heard just about all of it. So I want to say this. I think a lot of it too, let's talk about this, and you guys chime in out there. You know, like role playing, the way we talk about things. I have found that there's only so many seats in the room, so many seats at the table of a relationship, the table of every relationship has a table is how I look at it. Work, community, your relationships. So if you've got lies and deceit sitting in 5 of the 6 chairs, where are you going to sit? Or where are they going to sit? You both can't sit together. And that's when the fracture begins. So you have to, how do you feel about coming clean? Have you ever been in a relationship where you cheated? Did you just let it play out? Bye, bitch. And you was done and you never had to tell them they were none the wiser? Or did you feel it was worth it? And you said, listen, I didn't get caught, but let me come clean. And a lot of reasons. One thing I learned in the apology business, why people won't, or they're hesitant to admit things, is because a lot of people don't really know the true meaning of forgiveness. Forgiveness is like whitewashing. It doesn't exist. But a lot of people will file it away like in a recipe box and bring it out when it's convenient. Oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
So this is like that time when I caught you with Shakrita.
Yes.
You know, when really, if you're looking for something, you will find it, whether it's there or not. So what do you feel about that? What do you feel? What's the best way to get through it if you want to stay in the relationship you're in, but you know you got something, you know, hidden? Because it's never going to be right if you're hiding something. Don't you agree with that?
Absolutely.
So how do you bring it out? Did you ever bring it out?
I have. So I've done both. I brought it out and I let it ride. And here's the reality of things is that both of them ended up in the shitter. Why? Because it wasn't the fact that I cheated and it wasn't the relationship. It was me. I didn't love myself. I didn't trust myself. And I had that insatiable mind that wanted more and more and more. So even when I was coming clean, I was still thinking of, okay, I'm going to come clean because she caught me on this one. This is man thinking right here, right? This is how we think. I'm going to come clean right now. So she's going to forgive me and it's going to be all good because all I want to do is get it back to smooth sailing so I can get back to doing me. Right? And most of us are like that, right? So I came clean simply because I wanted the freedom to go back to being how it was before. I didn't come clean because I was sorry. I didn't come clean because I wasn't going to do it again. Because guess what? It wasn't my conscious mind that was doing it. It was that subconscious need for being loved and being needed, right? And being wanted.
Right. Okay. So what about this one? Because this probably happened to you too, but you'd never admit it. But I'm gonna try to pull it out of you.
Pull it out. Let me have a drink here.
Why is it a guy? Let's use a guy. A guy can be like, I don't care if I did cheat on the bitch. But she lucky I still want her or whatever. But let him find out she cheated. Now he want to kill somebody. Why is it that it's okay when you're the cheater and just the worst thing on the planet when you're the cheatee?
Because we can't see beyond our nose, my man. We're so caught up in our little world and what we want and what we need, what daddy needs, right?
Ooh,
yes, what daddy needs.
And
when you're that deep in, you're not really worried about. You're not really worried about.
Okay, watch that. Okay, I'm halfway down this glass. You better watch your little daddy talk. I'm just saying. I'll keep it real. Now look, okay, so let me ask you this. Why is it? Now this is another thing. Why is it when men sleep with a bunch of women, it's machismo and all this? When a woman sleeps with has multiple partners, she a hoe.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That is
I'm saying it's double standards. I don't get that.
That's societal double standards, man. Because now if you look at it, let's take a look at it. It wasn't that long ago that women didn't have the equal rights that men had in this country. So it wasn't that long ago that men were really positioned as, the leader of the house, the head of the house, the man of the house. Oh, man. Here we go.
Your martini done hit, girl, because she's like, dang, I hear this every day.
Every day.
JD Black, every day. From my... I feel you, girl. Okay, yes. So keep going. I'm sorry, darling.
All right, bring me back. Where were we? She threw me off with that one.
I know she said every day.
It's society. You know why?
Guess
what? Guess what, Lauren? Because society rewards you for being the man. Society rewards you for conquering the women, for having the car, for having the job. Right? Think about all the way back to the caveman days.
Oh, that's why they have trophy wives.
Yes,
that's why that's such a big deal too.
There's no. Have you seen any coffee mugs for trophy husbands?
No.
And you know we all want the eye candy.
There is now. Here's the deal too. Here's another thing people don't realize: trophy wives aren't just for old, broke down ass old men. There are young men that have trophy wives because they already know. I'm telling you, and you know what? This is kind of wrong of me. Thank you. What are you? Wild turkey rare breed for loosening my tongue. Hallelujah. I'm just gonna say, because I have an acquaintance, someone that I know in this field that I work in who has one of those wives. And then, you know what? Here's what bothers me about it. And I'm trying not to be judgmental, but I look and it's like they put her together in a factory.
Well,
titties, her booty done got plumped out, and everything is, they got little bitty baby kids, 2, 5, 9, and she puts them in matching clothes, and I'm like,
it's that
I'm just saying,
family, man.
Trophy wives are a real thing.
Yes.
And you know what?
Lord, it's generations and generations of passing that shit down that we think that's what it's supposed to look like. We think that, here's the reality of things. There was a point in time, Lauren, when I was so in my own head that in my mind, when I came home, my wife was supposed to be butt ass naked in red high heels, in an apron with red lipsticks on, cooking me dinner and handing me my slippers and newspaper when I walked in.
Did she say, "Welcome home, Daddy"?
Oh,
in your little,
I could only have dreamed it because it never came true, man. It never came true.
I tried to beat him, y'all.
It didn't work. It didn't work. But that's what we as men.
What was that made? Was that some hunting and gathering shit?
Yes. So again, it's back to the old. At one point in time, what we were worried about as men is the caveman next door coming over, stealing our woman, stealing our food, killing our fire, and leaving us cold and alone in the dark. So we got to protect and we got to create this, because it's been through generation after generation after generation that's what it's supposed to look like. So we buy into that. A Stepford wife.
Oh, hi, Bradley Rickman. Hi, Michael
yeah.
Toy. I don't have, nor do I need a trophy wife. I know.
There you go.
Girl, Bradley, rainbow child here. We already know. But listen, here's the thing. I want to bring this up. When I lived in Phoenix, I knew a girl who was, she was not a sex worker, but she kind of was. She was actually a certified sex something. But what she would do was she helped people get through sexual hangups and stuff like this. But before she got certified and went to school and got her license for whatever this real thing was, she used to be like a sex worker. Mm-hmm. But she used to tell me that her biggest clients were like policemen, mm-hmm. people like that, executives, people that had a lot of power. And the thing was, when they didn't want to overpower her, she would go to like FOP things and don't be calling and sending me death threats, policeman. I'm just saying, this is what she said. I'm just going by what she said. But she said she'd go to these different, like when they go to Vegas, what do you call those big conventions and stuff?
Yes.
And they'd have her come in as a dominatrix, mm-hmm. whatever it's called. And, they'd want to crawl around with a red ball in their mouth or a diaper on and mommy, and mommy, all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. But it was all geared for her being the one in charge and powerful, because that's what they did every day of their lives. Mm-hmm. So, but here's the thing. She said that 90% of those guys had very successful relationships because their wives knew about people like her. It wasn't a secret. That's the thing about swingers. People always turn their nose up and stuff about swingers. But you know what? What's worse? A couple that swings together,
man,
or a couple that's cheating on each other?
Don't know.
I'm just saying. At least they're in agreement. They're consenting adults. But when you bring deceit, lie, and all this in, and you still coming home, smelling like Irish Spring when she's got Dove in the bathroom, and she's got to act like she doesn't smell the difference for the sake of whatever is other than just your ass, kids, or the bank account, or her mama who needs whatever is being provided. So I'm just saying. So let's say this. Now let's switch gears here. Switching gears. What about this? What about when you're in a wonderful, I love my relationship. There's nothing better in the world. I told my husband the day I met him, within an hour, you're the one. And I'd only been in one other relationship and I was 22 years. So that was a long time. But I saw an aura. I knew. I told him that day. And of course, him being a therapist, he was like, oh, crazy motherfucker.
He's running.
But bam, here we are. So he was crazy, right? Who was crazy? So what I'm saying is, but what about this? When you're in a committed relationship and all of a sudden it's like you're blind, or you're supposed to act like you have cataracts. If you see someone attractive of the opposite sex, you go, oh man, that looks great. Or that's a handsome guy, or that's a beautiful woman. They act like, what is this? Is it right or wrong to make comments about the opposite sex or the same sex in front of your partner? Does it mean that you're looking outside of the relationship? I mean, I always say this, just because I'm on a diet doesn't mean I can't read the menu.
I'm with you.
I just can't order.
I'll take it a step further, and I look at it as just recognizing and appreciating true beauty, right? So, you know that I'm a straight man. You also know that I know nothing of the sort.
I'm just playing.
I tell you, right?
Wait, we're gonna come back to these comments. Go ahead, finish your point.
So you also know that I'm comfortable with who I am, and that I have a big feminine energy with me. And so now take that aside and put it away. I don't have a problem with seeing a dude in the gym that looks amazing and walking up to him and being like, hey, bro, look, man, I just want to let you know, dude, you look good. You're hot, bro. You're hitting it. Like, whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it, man. And fist bump and walk off. So for me, it's just being able to recognize true beauty. Like, listen, like you showed me the picture of you when you competed. You
what
put in
picture?
Oh, my bad.
No, what are you? I don't understand. What are you talking about? Oh, that.
Oh Lord,
I'm sorry. I don't know.
baby.
My elbow hit the mouse.
You've been waiting to hit that picture. Oh,
I
got
really
me.
need to
You got
delete that off here because I'm using it more than I anticipated.
You
People
got
gonna
me.
start
Well
talking.
played.
Don't start no rumors. Don't start no shit, y'all. It won't be none.
There won't be none.
Bing.
But
Okay, so go ahead.
The way I see that is there's nothing wrong in showing your appreciation for true beauty, whether it's a man or a woman.
Women do it.
Girl, you look good in them jeans. You look good in them shoes. Why can't I do it to
you got
God?
them fuck me pumps on. They'll say it, but the thing is, though, women are groomed to be okay with that. Little girls are able to dance together, hold hands, and skip to the loo, my darling. Let a boy do that.
Let's go there. Bring it.
When I was a little kid, no, you know what? Let me just say, because I knew something was up. Not only was it just because my family says we knew you were gay because you wanted an Easy Bake Oven instead of a Johnny Lightning race set. I knew I was gay when Rosie Hamilton, a little redhead girl like Peppermint Patty who had a pony, which is the only reason we hung out with her, and Timmy Rice, who lived next door, we were 6 years old, and we heard somebody say, "Kiss my ass." And I had the bright idea, ooh, let's do it. And we were behind my grandmother's house in a triangle, ready to do it. And we pulled down our pants, and I realized I was looking at Rosie's booty. And I was like, oh, no, this ain't gonna work. Hold it, reconfiguration. Timmy, you move over here. Rosie, switch. So it was like,
you knew it.
I knew it. I knew it. And the thing about it is, there wasn't even any sexual thing about it.
Right.
You see, so taking that and moving it up to when people cheat, a lot of the time, according to what they said, and I believe it. That's why I believe what they say in both of those pieces we watch, where they say, in most cases, it has nothing to do with sex.
Yes, no, it's about filling. Listen, you ready? It's about filling that void right here. It's about filling that void right here. And here's the thing: we've created this society of monogamy, but I'm a fan of Freud, right? And Freud talked about, and he gets discounted a lot because he talks about the way that we suppress sexuality and violence in kids, right?
Yes.
And guess what? When we suppress it and we tell the little boy, the little girl, don't touch that thing, don't play with that thing, don't show that thing. Guess what? When we get older and that's been suppressed for all those years, what do we want to do? We want to touch that thing and every other thing that we can. Ring the bell, Lauren.
Let me just say, you're absolutely right on the money with that, because one of the foster homes I was in, they were fundamentalist Christians. And my bedroom was in the basement, and I'll never forget it. A boy named Delroy, I'll leave his last name out, but I still remember it because he was fine. Yeah. Anyway, he came over. We were supposed to go to University of Michigan the next day to hang out because his mother was going there to defend her dissertation. So he spent the night, and he brought some peppermint schnapps and a Playboy.
Oh man!
Now at 14, you know what that means. Yep. Okay. So, but anyway, none of that even happened because we got drunk and threw up all over the place. But the foster father found the liquor and the Playboy in my closet a couple months later. Didn't say anything until Thanksgiving Day. Instead of a turkey being underneath that big silver thing, he lifted off. It was the bottle, and it was the Playboy magazine, and it was a book. A little pamphlet that said, "Why God Doesn't Want Me to Touch Myself," in front of 14 people. And they all looked at me. And I often wonder, nothing makes you gay.
Right.
But you know what? It was like, it's so many double standards about different things. Because I was still flitting around and stuff, but you'd have thought they'd have been happy to find a Playboy, but instead they're going to do so. It's really about what we feel about ourselves and what society or whatever things that we've lived through have helped condition us to believe about ourselves. And they're all fear-based. That's why it's false evidence appearing real, because people intimidate you. He intimidated me into taking on that fear-based reality. That's what he tried to do. That's what he tried to do. Go ahead.
Now I'm gonna make a joke, and it's probably not gonna come out like it plays out in my head. But those shows of like where they take the guys and they put them in the prison, and it's like Scared Straight.
Oh yeah.
He tried to scare you gay then, wasn't it? Because he literally tried to like make you feel bad
about
for wanting to just explore.
Which is supposed to be a normal thing.
Yes.
So, you know,
so it is a double standard.
Right, because of their fundamentalist Christian views.
Yes.
He didn't even see all the other stuff at work that's behind the scenes. Paying no attention to that man behind the curtain. So let's talk about reality outcomes. What can we do? What can we share with people that, you know, as adults, I've had friends come and say, you know what, Lauren, I trust you. I always love what you say. And I believe what you tell me is going to be the best thing that I need to hear. But you know what? You know, I love my family and this and the other, but I met somebody that, ooh, you know. And so when it comes to people, whether they're asking you about cheating, infidelity, doing the deed, or if it's in your own mind, or you think it's in your partner's mind, you think you see something in their eye, what do we do? What's the best way for us to approach whatever that is in order to know what should be and what is right for us? What do you think?
I think it's as simple as this. Accountability. You said you meet that person, they make you kind of feel that thing, and that's it right there. It's own your feelings. Because Lauren, let me ask you a question, baby. Can I make you feel anything?
No.
Hey,
not
can you ring the bell? Can you ring the bell, please?
I sure will.
It's taking ownership of your feelings. Listen, I'm guilty of this all the time. My wife makes me feel all kinds of way. And then when I come to my senses, then what I really recognize is that she didn't make me feel anything. I chose to feel in that moment because I was feeling less than, and I got triggered or whatever the case is. So what I would tell people, listen, I don't care if you're 3 months, 3 years down in that side chick, that side dude, and you know, your marriage or your life is going to shit in a handbasket. The minute you stop and you take ownerships of those feelings, because your wife or your husband cannot make you feel unloved. And I'm speaking to myself right now. Cannot make you feel unloved. You choose to feel that in some moment because you have some disconnection with yourself. You don't feel, and you and I have talked about this. You read me like an open book. You've known the things that I wanted to talk to you about, and you've pulled it out before I even brought it up.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, because I meant to say this earlier. Let me know when you've outgrown your coach. I'm next.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. I already know.
Ring the bell again.
Sure will. Ain't got no problem with it. Now listen, let's go through some of these comments. They were building up, backing up on us.
Where we're going.
Michael Toy said, my God, I went to Arizona State and I lived in Tempe for 4 years, and I used to go to the Phoenician Resort. Been there, and all you see is Stepford wives and trophy wives all over the freaking place. They are LA transplants. Real talk. That happens. Darren, I feel like it's no one calling us out on our shit that has people cheating. It's the limitation of conversations that are not being had until now. Thank you for this dialogue. And as a society, we've let this shit slide because of convenience. Ring the bell. You said a mouthful there, Mr. Darren John Brewer. Bradley Rickman, are you still there? I have no idea, am I? And then he said, I'm a people watcher. I'm always noticing other people. And then he also says, grand champion hunting. Well, obviously, welcome, Rainbow Child. Bradley is one of my former coaching clients. He's a hoot, and he is one of Dorothy's friends. So thank you. What else do we have here? We got some more here. Bradley, good point. Good point. Bring the trophy to the event and take it right back home with you. Who you have in your real world is the trophy.
Can we talk about this?
Go ahead. Yeah, say it.
No, finish your thought, please.
Well, I just want to say this. You know what? How I knew when Brian left that first day that we met, and I did everything but a soft shoe routine. I cooked. I tried to sing. I did everything I could to keep. When he tried to do that, I was like, "Where you going? I'll stand in front. Why you leave so soon?" Right? Because I got everything out that I was afraid if he left, if I hadn't said it, he may never come back, and I couldn't risk that because I knew he was the one, my everything. Now, I will say this. Since then, you know, there are those moments where I have to remember how important this is to my existence, and how for so many years I thought I was just one of those people that it wasn't meant for. It is never going to be greener on any other side of the fence for me. It is not going to happen. Nobody could ever bring to my world what this man brings to my world. Nobody.
Ring that bell, baby.
It's the truth.
Yes.
It's the truth.
Yes.
So, you know, I get up every day and I look for ways to make him smile. I look for ways that can make him even more happy. I believe in what I call the ER theory. I take every day and I say, where can I place an ER? If he's happy, I want him happier. If he's smart, I want him smarter.
You know, I'm going to share with you something that I strive for every day. I strive to wake up with amnesia every day. So it doesn't matter how good of a husband or a father I was yesterday. I wake up today with amnesia like it never happened, and I got to do it all again.
Got to do it all over and take it even further.
Now, the flip side of that is the grace that you talked about. Doesn't matter, because there are plenty of days when I'm a shitty husband, I'm a shitty dad, man, if I had to label it, right? But if I wake up with amnesia and I forgive myself and I let it go, then I get to start the clean slate over and over again. So every day for me, when it comes to the world of love and the people that I love, is Groundhog Day.
And you know what? Ring the bell. And when the grout to your world is love, you're right. Even a shitty day, because you said shitty dad, shitty father, but it was a shitty dad day, according to you, that brought us together. Because you had posted something about yelling at your son, but it's what brought us together. There are no mistakes in this planet when your original thought, your sponsoring thought is one of love. There are no mistakes, only miracles, joy, and opportunities in the making. Keep that in mind. Take that with you. That's real talk. That's real talk.
I know we've got about 2.5 minutes, and I want to drop
already
one last piece of the nugget here.
I'm gonna let you take us out, Jerry Springer. Final thought.
You're gonna love this. So the trophy wife is also an attraction magnet, because as one of those doggy men, and I've lived that life and I know the game, guess what? I know if I show up with the trophy wife, that just brings my street cred up, because now all the other hot chicks in the room or hot men in the room are like, that guy must be something because he's got that eye candy. So now I want to go check him out. So don't think for a second that the trophy wife isn't just to put on display, but the trophy wife is also to attract the other flies sometimes. Because the trophy wife becomes a sticky paper. Exactly. Fly paper. Absolutely. And I want to say this, you know, and it works in both directions. Husband, wives, wives, husbands. Don't go for a trophy wife. Don't go for a trophy husband. Don't go for a trophy husband. Don't go for a trophy wife. Go for the trophy life, baby. Yes, that's what you want. When you look back over your shoulder one day to the life you've lived, will you have the courage to look it head on? If you want to turn away, turn it off. No, please. That's not what I'm not trying to go out that way. What about you? So there it is. We talked about it. We've been about it. Doesn't matter what you've done. What matters is what you will do. So if you have what you believe to be the greatest thing that could ever be in your life in a romantic